Hey fellow comrades, welcome back. Now I'm gonna give you guys 5 seconds to notice what I'm seeing here and tell me if you notice it before I count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did you spot it? Okay, let me explain. First of all, that is an extremely similar team to the previous one we have faced. He's got a Clefable, Among Us and Sandslash. All of those were in the previous one. Moltres, he had a Mortar. Electivire, he had a Scarf Barrier, and that Electivire is probably a Scarf as well. So we're going into this match having extremely similar situations, and something I failed to mention is that this team I have right here is heavily limited when facing so many walls and tanks. So let's see how we're actually gonna handle it twice in a row. Anyways, this match against Major Mauro from Smog and Wi-Fi Thunder. I know this guy is good because I do kind of remind his name kind of gets to my head. I know I have seen him battling other people on YouTube. I know for a fact his name is easy to remember. So yeah. Anyways, he was looking for RU. I spotted him. Gonna go for the trick, getting him something good, delicious. But the exchange kind of cost me as well because he did give me Black Sludge. Kind of thinking he's gonna go for the Clefable switch, expect me to Shadow Ball, but that was not the case. Now, go to Mario, because Mario does have Regenerate, so it's probably the best Sleep Fodder in this case, and I want something as a Sleep Fodder right now, very early. Plus he has Choice Scarf, so he's probably gonna do it. I don't have any Vital Spirit Pokemon on my team. I'm gonna switch out to Mesprit. On top of it all, he's gonna switch out to Uxie, put up the rocks, he's gonna T-Wave. He's gonna U-turn afterwards as I'm gonna go for the future side. So here we are, still backing in our plans. I'm gonna decide to go for the U-turn, which you may actually be skeptical. Why would you U-turn when you can just force switch? I'm slower. I want to see what kind of move he's gonna go for. He may just go for the T-Wave or Toxic, but you need to switch out to Piloswine. I cannot afford such things, so I'm gonna stay in, and I actually scout. I do luckily successfully scout this, and I didn't straight switch out to Piloswine, which would have been a problematic scene to behold, because everybody that sees a Clefable tends to think that's more like a support Wish Passer, but this is an offensive Clefable. And luckily Grass Knot didn't do all that much. Then again, I'm not too sure how much weight Piloswine has. I'm not really sure. It still did a lot, but Future Sight is going to be enough on top of it all to take him out. So Clefable was taken down quite early in the match. I'm gonna switch out to my Mesprit, kinda expect him to go for the U-turn. I kinda want him to take me out so I can get the team switch initiative with the help of his own U-turn, but that was unfortunately not gonna be happening any day soon, as he just decides to play not offensive and clean takes me out. But at least the Mesprit was still a good death fodder for this kind of situations. I'm gonna switch out to Kangaskhan now. I'm thinking, okay, he's probably not gonna go for the Sahik, he's probably just gonna go for the U-turn or T-Wave. I was mostly going towards T-Wave, but then again, you know, how I actually switch him in, that probably indicates that I need to have something like this, you know, to back me up. So he does switch out to Sandslash with the help of U-turn, realizing what his appropriate switch would have been. Sandslash would have been the appropriate switch either way. Kangaskhan is mostly wall bite at full HP. Even if I start setting up, it's a little bit too early, but I can still force switch to Rotom, expecting him to Rapid Spin. Stealth Rocks are up there, he's got Moltres, and I'm doing the same thing I was doing the previous match, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not allowing him to switch out of his Fire type. My team is weak to it, I cannot allow him. So through this, I'm just trying to weather him down. I'm just trying to somehow break his major walls, like this one right here. He has Scarf, but he's still the one that's heavily limited me because of the Regenerate. So this thing can go a long way. It can definitely go a long way. Anyways, after I go for the Shadow Ball, I do get, I believe, a special... Did I get? It doesn't matter. Volt Switch, just on it, just to see what kind of move he's gonna go for. I was kind of expecting him to go for the Giga Drain, knowing that one of my Pokemon is already asleep. He has Scarf, he's gonna need to lock himself into something. I'm gonna go for the Flare Blitz on his switch, as he switches out to Uxie. And I'm thinking, okay, Uxie, again, problem. He may go for the side, he may go for the U-turn. If he does decide to go for the U-turn, I want to switch out to Kangaskhan. I want to see what kind of Electivire that is. If he's going to straight switch out with it, he's probably Choice Scarf. Or if he's going to switch out to Moltres, then that thing is probably Choice Scarf. But again, Kangaskhan in here, he's not gonna allow me to get some heavy damage on it, so he's gonna switch out to his Sandslash as I score a crit. Sandslash is a threat towards this team. I'm gonna repeat this. This Finn is a threat because through the rest of this game I was thinking how to handle him without allowing him to rapid spin Moltres. The reason I'm saying Sandslash is a threat is because of that Moltres. If that Moltres by any chance Scarf, then that thing can ruin my day completely. I'm really hoping that Electivire Scarf, but then again I did kind of mention at the beginning of the match. Still, this particular moment I was still not too sure. So the thing is, yeah, it was not looking to my favor, but once that crit happened, he put up the rocks. Expect me to predict again rapid spin, switching out to it. That was not the case, and I managed to take him out. So that was excellent. That was excellent. I was really hoping it's gonna take him out. Then again, something you may not realize is that I have 2 Pokemon with Stealth Rocks on this team. Yeah, I'm really scared of fire, so I want those rocks up. In this case, my Emboar is Fire type, but it's still not, weak to Stealth Rocks. I'm gonna switch out to it, expecting him to yet again go for the Giga Drain. I want to preserve my Kangaskhan just in case most needed situations. No reason to stay in like that and fail, because it would have been really doing much. So I'm gonna go to Emboar, just go for the Flare Blitz. He's gonna switch out to Moltres, quite surprising. Recall doing some damage. I was kind of hoping it's gonna take me down to the Blaze to get much more power to it. I believe after this it should take me down, but I believe his whole plan was to kind of bluff the Scarf right now, right here. To kind of bluff that he is Scarf, that he can outspeed me. I believe that was the reasoning behind it. Then again, Flare Blades didn't do all that much. Maybe he's on more the defensive. No, I didn't see any lefties, so he may have been Specs or maybe even some sort of weird expert belt. Who knows? Well, whatever the case, I know for a fact this guy, after seeing the lefties, this guy may be Scarf. So I switch out to Mungus, trying to bank on that strategy, bank on that knowledge. I'm gonna switch out to Scarf. Not Scarf. Really, I'm failing right now. Switch out to Mungus, trying to lock into a particular move, then switch out to appropriate switch. But the guy does realize that I know for a fact he must be Scarf, so trying to get this into my advantage, he's not letting me do that. So great move on his part. Switch out to Mungus straight out of the bat. Gonna switch out to Mario again. I'm trying to have this as a perfect Pokemon to counter his. I'm a special defensive one, so Sludge Bomb is gonna be doing some damage. I guess in case I switch out Emboar, but again, with Stealth Rock support, I believe Emboar is not gonna be liking Giga Drain coming his way. Still, Mario is still in here. I'm gonna try to wake up. I know I can take Psychics from this guy with reasonable ease, and I can take 2, which means I can probably wake up now, or at least on the 3rd turn. Luckily I wake up on the 2nd turn, which was incredibly lucky on my behalf. And now we're in a bit of a better position. We have put to sleep his Uxie, which kind of looked like he was sleeping the whole time, so this just makes it much more legitimate if you ask me. I'm gonna switch out to my Rotom, and again, I was kind of skeptical. Should I trick and get lefties and give him the Black Sludge? I was really thinking about this, but at the end of the day I've come to realize that he may just switch out to Mungus. This whole time I was thinking his Electivire may have Motor Drive, but he didn't switch out to it on any particular electric moves, which may just mean that he's got Vile Spirit, and maybe he wasn't trying to risk me making an old prediction there with a Mungus, because he wants him at much HP, because I do have Ice Shard on my Piloswine, and he doesn't want to allow me to damage it completely. I do heavily damage his Uxie, then I do manage to hit this guy before Black Sludge takes me out. So that's pretty great. I'm gonna switch out Kangaskhan, thinking, okay, now he did, of course, he can go for the Giga Drain, he can go for whatever he wants, but the thing is that he's probably, he could have go for the Sludge Bomb, but he just decided to go for the Giga Drain just to gain some HP back, which would probably be the best choice in this case. I'm just gonna go for the return again. I can easily outspeed him, even after being Scarf. He's gonna switch out to Uxie to be a Death Fodder, and now it really comes down close. He's gonna switch out his Electivire. I'm thinking, okay, he's probably Scarf. Like there is no way you switch in this guy without being Scarf. Then again, the game is really come down close. It's really close. I was really thinking here because every move matters. Now thinking, okay, this guy is Scarf. He's locking to ice, into his ice move. he's probably gonna switch out. If he doesn't, Earthquake is gonna be enough to take him out. In this case, Earthquake combination with Ice Shard is more than plenty to take down Among Us. He cannot afford switching out. He has Scarf, he can easily outspeed me, Giga Drain me, but luckily I do have Ice Shard priority in this case, outspeeding him either way, doesn't matter how much speed he's got. And he's gonna switch out to Electra Fire. The thing is, I know he's gonna Earthquake, I'm really hoping he's not gonna crit me. And the reason I didn't Ice Shard twice is because I was not too sure if this is gonna be enough and he can just take down the Ember as well as crit my Among Us, which would have been a big problem. So I decided to stay in, take his move, and then retaliate with my Earthquake and take him out. So I believe that was a much wiser decision at the end, because if I would have gone with Ice Shard not doing enough to where it would have been a solid 2-shot, then he may have 2-shot me, and then he could have easily taken down Ember as well as maybe even crit Among Us, which would definitely not be surprising, especially when you make such mistakes. Hacks tend to go towards, not really into your favor, but mostly towards you, like your worst enemy. It's kind of weird, but it can bite you if you, especially if you play greedy. But if you make mistakes like this, yeah, they tend to reappear out of nowhere. Still, it luckily didn't come down to that, and that was the game against Major, not Major. Let me check. Major Morrow, right? Major Morrow, and I was saying that his name is easy to remember. Yeah, Major Morrow 912. Yes. Anyways, I believe he's got a YouTube channel. I will link it in the description. Good game, good sir, and I hope you guys have enjoyed as well. Leave a like if you did. Thank you for your continuous support. I was actually thinking, should I bring you guys layout, you know, for this particular match? I feel like it's much more involved. This match needs a layout to give you guys an immersity of what's happening, what's still up there and what's not. But I really do appreciate your support on these videos, because it gives me the extra motivation to bring you guys much more videos like this. It takes like around, to be perfectly honest, it takes like around, as I'm getting used to it, it takes much less time than it used to, but it takes around 30 to 40 minutes to edit all the things in Sony Vegas. But then all the extra stuff, yeah, it takes a while, but you know, motivation from you guys, it's what keeps me going, and just knowing that you guys have much more immersive experience watching these videos are the actual motivations I gain by uploading this kind of videos on YouTube. So yes, that's gonna be it for today. Until next time guys, peace out.